Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Mauricio Umansky moved out of the Encino house he shared with Kyle Richards back in the spring of 2024, and today she still has yet to see his new condo. The Diamond Holder opened up about why on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show for season 14, episode 12. I still have not been to Ma's condo, Kyle explained. And once again, it's not intentional. It just hasn't worked out. The mom of four may have a reason to go to her estranged spouse's new place soon though. Actually now, I have my valuables that I sent there because of the fires, so I can go whenever I want to get them, she continued. I just haven't been there yet, but Portia Umansky dropped off the valuables. Though she initially said that she just hadn't gotten around to seeing Mauricio's new place, Kyle soon changed her tune. I do think it would be a little weird going over there and seeing a bachelor pad. I don't know that life of his and that part of him, she admitted. Whenever I see pictures of him on the internet out and about, it looks in my mind like two different people to me, so it would be weird, but that's not why I'm not going. Kyle previously opened up about how difficult it was for her to adjust to their new living situation on season 14, episode 11 of RHOBA. The couple met up to chat about Mauricio's move, and he asked her what it had been like to be in the Encino house without him. I mean, it's quiet sometimes, you know, she said. You're like in a new place, and it feels new and different. And it's like I'm in our home. After discovering that Dorrit Kemsley still had photos of her and Paul P.K. Kemsley displayed in her home on season 14, episode 12, Kyle revealed on the RHOBH after show that she has since taken down some of the pictures of her and Mauricio. I just last week took the ones down next to my bed. I left the family ones up and then put the other ones of just Mo and me in the drawer. It was time, she said. I mean, he definitely doesn't have them up in his condo. Kyle Richards takes a deep breath, settling into the plush armchair in her Beverly Hills home. The tension in her shoulders is noticeable, but so is the resolve in her voice. For months, speculation has swirled around her separation from Mauricio Umansky, with fans and media alike dissecting every detail of their marriage's evolution. Now, in an exclusive sit-down, Kyle is ready to explain the real reason she still hasn't visited his new place. I know people have a lot of opinions about my life, she begins, offering a small, tight-lit smile. But what people need to understand is that emotions don't operate on a timeline. There's no right way to navigate something like this. When Mauricio moved out, Kyle admits it was an adjustment. We spent more than half our lives under the same roof, she reflects. So when he got his own place, it wasn't like I was racing over there to check it out. It wasn't about the physical space. It was about what it represented. Mauricio's move symbolized a new chapter, one that Kyle wasn't quite ready to turn the page on. Even if you know something is the right decision, that doesn't mean it's easy, she confesses. Seeing his new place would have been an acknowledgement that things were really, truly different. And I wasn't there yet. While some assumed Kyle's reluctance stemmed from bitterness or unresolved anger, she insists that isn't the case. It's not about anger, it's about acceptance, she clarifies. Mauricio and I have love and respect for each other. We built a life together, a family. It's not easy to just compartmentalize that. She pauses, gathering her thoughts. I also didn't want to make it an event. If I went, there would be all these expectations. How would I react? Would I cry? Would it be awkward? I didn't want to put myself in a situation where I felt like I had to perform emotionally for anyone. Kyle acknowledges that the curiosity surrounding her and Mauricio is natural, especially given their decades in the public eye. We were always the couple people looked at and said, wow, they have it all figured out. And for a long time, we really did. She exhales, her fingers absent-mindedly tracing the hem of her sweater. But marriages evolve, people evolve, and sometimes love remains, but the relationship shifts. Another factor in her hesitation, their daughters. I wanted to be mindful of their feelings, she explains. They had to process this just like we have. I didn't want them to feel like I was intruding on their time with their dad in a space that's meant to be their new normal. Kaya shares that her daughters have visited Mauricio's place and have given her their thoughts. They love it, which makes me happy, she says with a genuine smile. And they told me that whenever I'm ready, I should go. No pressure, just on my own time. That time, she admits, is getting closer. I don't feel the same resistance I did a few months ago, she acknowledges. There's a part of me that's curious now, not about the real estate, but about how it feels to be there. If I walk in and it feels heavy, then I'll know I still have healing to do. But if it feels okay, then maybe that's a sign that I'm in a good place with everything. Kyle takes a sip of her water, considering her words carefully. At the end of the day, I want peace. I want clarity. And I want to honor the history Mauricio and I have without getting stuck in the past. As for when she'll finally take that step, soon, she says, a hint of a smile playing at her lips. On my own terms. For months, fans of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills have speculated about the ever-growing distance between Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky. While both have maintained a public stance of respect and co-parenting, whispers of unresolved tension have only grown louder, especially after Mauricio moved into his new bachelor pad and Kyle still hasn't visited. Now, in an exclusive sit-down, Kyle finally reveals the real reason why she hasn't stepped foot in his new place. Despite what many assume, Kyle insists that her decision is not about bitterness or avoidance. I know people think I'm avoiding it out of resentment, but that's just not true, Kyle tells us. It's a lot more complicated than that. Since their separation became public in mid-2023, both Kyle and Mauricio have been careful about how much they share regarding their split. But now, Kyle opens up about the deep emotional weight of this transition. One of the most challenging aspects of their separation, Kyle admits, is the history they built together. Having shared a home with Mauricio for nearly 3 decades, the idea of stepping into a space where she has no history feels unsettling. I know it's his fresh start, but for me, it's still an open wound, she confesses. Walking into a home that doesn't have our memories, it just makes everything feel more real. For Kyle, this transition isn't just about geography. It's about emotional closure, something she's not sure she's ready for. While Mauricio has been open about his post-split lifestyle, frequently sharing glimpses of his new home on social media, Kyle has been more private. Despite their current situation, she stresses that their family is still adjusting to their new normal. I have a lot of respect for Mauricio, and we're both doing our best to make this work for our family. But just because we're on good terms doesn't mean everything is easy, she says. Her daughters, Farah, Alexia, Sophia, and Portia, have already visited Mauricio's new home, a fact that Kyle acknowledges with mixed emotions. I want them to feel comfortable. I'm glad they have that relationship with their dad, she says. But for me, it's different. I don't mean to rush this process. Kyle also addresses the endless rumors surrounding their marriage, including speculation that her refusal to visit Mauricio's place is proof of lingering animosity. I see the headlines and honestly, it's exhausting, Kyle says with a sigh. Every move I make, or don't make, turns into some wild theory about where we stand. The truth is, I'm still figuring it out. Kyle denies that any single event has prevented her from visiting and insists that in time, she will likely step through those doors. Where I do, I want it to be because I'm ready, not because the world expects me to, she adds. Despite the emotional roller coaster, Kyle remains focused on her own growth. From dedicating herself to fitness and wellness to diving into new creative projects, she emphasizes that this period is about rediscovering herself. This chapter isn't just about my marriage ending, it's about me evolving, Kyle says. I want to take my time and make choices that feel right for me.